I am Niveditha.indrajit and I'm in conversation with Noor Bawa, a girl I met in Being You class in April
Hello.
2018, right?
Yes.
Or was it 19?
I think it was 18.
Huh. And I saw you on the stage and you announced that you were doing some sessions, and then there was an introduction given that how you were introduced to access consciousness and how you started doing and stuff like that. So I was like, wow. I mean, I was keenly very impressed that somebody could choose consciousness, or for me as a child, it used to feel very spiritual or very beyond me. So when I found
Right.
you, okay, this is something that somebody can embrace at a very young age.
Yes. So I'm Noor Bawa. I'm currently 17. I was 12 when I joined Access. And the first class that I attended was the bars. And I did it with Ratandeep Singh. And the funny part about back then was that I was so resistant towards change that I was not even ready to receive my certificate. I was running away from it because it kind of freaked me out back then. But at the same time, I knew there was a different possibility because I was so aware with entities and it would drive me crazy. And access is literally the only place that doesn't make you wrong for it.
Yeah.
Which was so different for me because I started thinking like I was psychotic and I needed psychological help. Because that's what everyone around me functioned like in school.
Yeah.
And I would be able to perceive entities in school. So the main reason why access has changed my life so brilliantly is the fact that they, it's just that recognizing and acknowledging the potency and not making it a wrongness is so great sometimes. And I'm so grateful to have access because it's the only place that really did not make me wrong.
So how was your journey like as a kid? Like, I'll start with when you're a baby. What's the earliest memories that you have, and how have you gone through life?
So the earliest memory that I have is, I think it was called the Foundation Level 1 and 2 back then. So I think that was my first class with Dane and Gary. And I went, that's definitely the most amazing memory. I went to meet Dane and he gave me a hug. And you know how his hugs are, they change everything.
Yeah.
And that just like it literally opened the pathway to change for me because that hug changed everything.
Okay. What's your favorite? I know I've seen you cooking on consciousness and cake.
Of course.
I love. Yeah. So what do you love about it and how do you go about it? Because I've seen you whip up some nice recipes up there.
So I actually started cooking at 12 a.m. just because I was randomly hungry. I tried to make lasagna and I put it in the oven and I wasn't expecting it to turn out good because it was a 12 a.m. recipe, and it surprisingly was the tastiest dish ever like I have ever had in my life. And since that day I have not stopped cooking, and it just, I don't know, I feel like it comes to me naturally.
Yeah. And what do you generally do? What do you like what do you like to do in a day? How's a day in Noor Bawa's life?
A day in Noor Bawa's life, I am very fond of sleeping, to be very honest with you. I like my 9 hours of sleep and then my day starts. I enjoy dancing. That's something that I really enjoy, moving my body. It gives me happiness. I enjoy reading, watching movies, and Netflix, and of course studying. And yeah, I actually enjoy studying. I like reading about different things, surprisingly. And yeah, that's my day.
You were the second person who said that you enjoy studying. I think recently I was speaking to Dr. Sindhuja, and she said she enjoyed studying so much. Is not much of a storybook person and stuff like that. So,
Yeah, I actually have an interest in my subject, so I'm lucky that way.
which is your favorite among?
Psychology.
Okay, and you're able to pick
Yeah.
those topics in school and high school and all that as well.
Yes, yes. So I got an option in the 11th grade to pick 5 subjects of my choice. So I
Okay.
decided to take psychology, political science, English, fine arts, and business.
Okay. Can you tell me more about the entity awareness and how young it started and how did you actually go about it? And then when you finally uh, figured you were able to be okay with it?
Okay, so I had actually gone, so my school had organized this overnight trip
Mm-hmm.
to, I think, Sonipat, and I was in the 6th grade, if I'm not wrong. I'm not entirely sure. I was in the 6th grade, and I went with my friends, and just out of the blue, out of nowhere, I saw this lady standing, and I thought she was another person on the trip. So just out of all curiosity, I went and I tried to touch her, and there was no one, and I freaked my shit out.
Yeah.
I freaked my absolute shit out. And I couldn't stop crying all night. And in the morning, when I woke up and we were heading back home to Delhi, suddenly she appeared again out of nowhere.
Mm.
And she just gave me a look, which I still remember, it's still in my head. She gave me a look and walked off. And since that day, I have I've stopped really seeing them, because I've told the entities that I'm not comfortable with seeing you. But if you want to communicate with me, then go ahead and ask me while my business hours are there. So I've stopped seeing them, but I definitely started to perceive them energetically since then.
Okay. And like, what do you have to say to all the people who might actually have the awareness? I mean, they could be young kids also, like 4, 5 years old, and sometimes 6, 7 years old. And
Don't make yourself wrong for it. It's not a wrongness, it's actually a very huge potential. And you are the dominant entity, not the entity. They can't control you. You are in charge. You have the power, and don't let them control.
okay, thank you for that. Is there anything you'd like to share, like anything else that I may not have asked you questions about?
I can't really think of anything.
You have any favorite thing that you'd like to? I mean, like this is what I'd like to change, or this is what I'd like to see change in the world. Is there anything like that that you have?
Well, personally, what I'd like to change, like in my body right now, would be my sleep schedule. I would
Okay.
like to stop sleeping so much. In the world, I would like to change all of the funk around discrimination. Like, why does why do we have to discriminate amongst black, white, brown people? Like, I would like to make a change with that, definitely.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for having this conversation. And I'm really, really happy to have this conversation with you.
Thank you so much. I'm honored to be here.
Bye. See you.
Bye.